watching a brand new episode of Learn with Tridib. In this particular episode, I am going to teach you how to use variables, components, and create slider animation with some very minimum clicks. It is extremely important to know small things one at a time using the variables from the basic level, understanding how a local variable works and implement that in your interactivity. This is a fantastic journey that we will have over here, and more so we will be using a lot of food video. Right now when I am doing this video shoot is in my lunch time, so I am already feeling hungry, and lot of juicy mouth-watering foods you will see in front of your eyes. But more than that, don't get lost inside the food photography. All those food photography, as I'm telling you, it is all made with Midjourney AI, and so it will look more glossy, more yummy to you all. Maybe the original product is not that juicy, not that mouth-watering, but nevertheless, our product, our interactivity, our prototype will be extremely juicy and mouth-watering. That I can definitely guarantee you. By the way, before we start, please like, share, and comment in this video. And if you really are new to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you can get all our upcoming notifications. So as I promised, see, I have become quite regular. I am putting more and more videos and teaching you guys the nuances of UI designs with Figma. So let's get started. Okay. So let us first click on this frame, as we that is the first step of our animation and interactivity. And from the phone, I will choose iPhone 14 Pro. Let us see what is the width of the frame. It is 393. Very absurd, but it is what it is. 393. So whatever we will be doing in the frame will be a little bigger than 393. So the width of the panel which I will take, it will be around 400, so that it when we put it across this frame, it will take the shape of the frame. So for the frame start with, we will put a 24 pixel corner radius. So you can see the corner radius now. And I always do this thing to make the presentation better. I click on the effects. I take a very small shadow across the frame so that it looks a bit elevated from the main space, and I will lower down the shadow a little bit. Okay, so this is your frame where we will do the magic. And what magic today we are going to do? We are going to create a slider of delicious food items, and we will try to control the slider not with any animation that we used to do earlier, but with components and variables. So let's get started. So we will take a rectangle first, and say, for example, I will draw the rectangle and take the width to 400 and even the height as, say, 400. Okay. And why I told you to create it a little bigger than the frame is that when I drag it inside the frame and I stick it to the top, this will take the curve of the frame itself. Okay, awesome. Now, what we will do, I have already taken some images um, for you to be extremely greedy and extremely hungry to eat those stuff. All these images, by the way, are created with Midjourney, and they are all AI generated images. So the user discretion is absolutely necessary. So what you see might what you not get. Okay. So your rasgulla or your biryani or your pizza in actual might not look the same. Okay. So, but I can assure you one, that the pizza will be looking much more delicious than what you actually get in your Domino's. Okay. So without much ado, we click on this image over here, select the image, and in my image, so I have already rendered these images for you. So I can select this image and your pizza is ready inside this. Okay. And what we will do now, we will select this thing. I will make the screen a little smaller so that it fits. I will only do a slider of 4 images. So I'll go over there, click on the image, change the image to biryani this time, maybe. So how many of you guys like biryani? Please put it in the comment. If you really are interested in biryani, we can have a biryani lovers association. Next comes this third image. You can go over there, click on this image if it is not selected, and you can choose. This time I will take a veg dish, and which is very common in India. It is dosa. So I will take one dosa over here, and the fourth one. Should we take any dessert now? Let's take a dessert, and let's take let me see, maybe a blueberry cheesecake. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I have selected the wrong image. So click on this and let me choose blueberry cheesecake. Okay. So we are sorted. We have our 4 big images over here. So once we select all these things, we will just go over here and create component set. So once we create the component set over here, each one of these images becomes a variable for my component. Okay. So what we will do, if you see over here, property 1 is equal to rectangle 1, we will just, instead of rectangle 1, we will just put the name as item 1. This one we will put the name as simple item 2. This one as item 3. This one as item 4. Are we sorted? Let's see. Yes, you have components with 4 items. So if you see item 2, item 3, so we'll bring this component now. My frame, put the asset, and I will just bring the component over here. Let's see if our component is working properly. Perfect. This is running perfectly. So if I change the component property, it will automatically change the image. Great. Placed. Awesome. Now let us create the navigation. So we'll name this component. We'll not keep it as a component. We can name it as a slider. Okay, this is what is going to slide. Okay, and now let us first create 4 ellipses over here. Okay, so we'll take this 4 ellipse and we'll alt shift and we'll take it outside. Okay, now see how we can immediately use these things over here and bring it over here. So I click this image, double click, go to the image, select Control C, come to this image and go to this fill section and say Control V. So the image is over here. Similarly, I will double click over here, go over here, this image, Control C and go over here, Control V, double click, go to this fill again, Control C, Control V, and the fourth one is again double click, Control C and Control V. Wow. So my these 4 things are done. Great. Now we will do certain little bit of bookkeeping backend things that it will look fine. So what we will do, we will just put the names over here. Pizza, biryani, dosa, and our blueberry cheese cake. Mouth watering, isn't it? And you cannot believe I am actually doing this stuff in the lunchtime, so I am really feeling hungry. Okay, so anyways, now let us first highlight these particular things. So we want that when somebody clicks on this, this gets highlighted. So I will put a stroke over here and say 5 and say I'll take a red color over here. Is that fine? So very simple. I don't want to go into, I just want to show you how this thing works. I will select the same color from here and make this thing bold. Okay, so this is done. Okay, now what I will do, I will select this thing and I will make 4 copies. We'll take this entire thing and group it. Shift G, this one, Shift G, this one, Shift G, and this one, Shift G. Your way of working might be different than my way of working. So it is totally our own choice how we want to do it. And I select all of them together and create component. So now this, sorry, I will just create a component set. So if you see, just a second, you see how many groups I have created. I'm so sorry, the groups have gone. So Control G, Control G for group, Control G for group, and Control G for group. So there are 4 distinct groups now I have created. I like to group them properly, and then I will select all of them and a create a component set. So now see, there are 4 variables inside a component. So I will name this component as navigation. Okay. And if you see, there are 4 group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. 4 groups are inside the navigation. So I will just, now great. Now I will click on this. You have property 1, group 1. I will just go and name this group 1 as again item 1. so that there is a direct link. This goes to this goes to this goes to this goes to this. There is a 1:1 um, relation between these two. Item 2. Please be very careful if you do a spelling mistake. Say, for example, there is no gap between item 1 and item 2 over here. You will not get the right this thing. It will just stop working. So be very careful when you are naming the items. Okay. Great. So I have this navigation ready with me. Okay. So there is a property 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 are the properties over here. So now what I will do, as I have done it earlier, I will delete these things, go to asset, and from here I will drag the navigation inside this frame now. So my set is ready. I have a slider at the top. I have a navigation at the bottom. Another thing that we have not done, which is very important, we have to do it now. So we'll go to prototype and we will create interactions. So I will click on, so before that, we have to change the design, which I have forgotten to do it. Okay, so in this thing, this will be highlighted, biryani will be highlighted. So we'll go there. What we can do, we can go over here, copy the stroke, Control C, and we put in this thing, Control V, and change it to 5. Change this text to bold and same color. And pizza, I will make it regular. And this thing is black. And remove the similarly all these things. Very patiently you have to do this thing. Otherwise, there is a chance that you will miss on a particular thing, which will jeopardize your entire process. But the best part of it, once you create this thing perfectly, you can never go wrong. I'm quickly doing this thing. So are we properly set? This is highlighted, second one, this is highlighted, third, this is highlighted, fourth, this is, wow, very good. Now we go to prototype, and what we will do, we will select control, we will select this and drag it to this one. Okay, select this, drag it to this one. Okay. Sorry, in this I made a mistake. The biryani is still highlighted. Okay, we'll change it. Don't worry. This I'll drag it to this one. This I will drag to this. This I will drag to this. Those I will drag over here. For blueberry cheesecake, I will drag over here. Drag over here. Drag here. And similarly for pizza, we drag it in the first frame. Pizza to the first frame. Pizza to the first frame. So we are sorted. We'll just quickly go to the design and change the second frame. Are we okay over here? Biryani is highlighted. This is dosa highlighted. This is perfect. I think we are sorted. Cool. So now we have already dragged it over here. So if I now check item 2 from here, you will see that the biryani is highlighted. Let's see item 4, dosa is highlighted. If I see item 4, blueberry cheesecake is highlighted. Great. Our work is done. Okay. Now what we have to just go, we have to click on the local variables to set up the variables. Okay. We will create a variable with a string name, with a string property, and we will say for example, current item. Okay, current item. And I will have a string value, say item 1 or item 2. Let us put it as item 2 so that immediately when I link this thing, this local variable to the objects, you will immediately know that it has worked or it has not worked. Okay. For the time being, nothing will work because this variable, this local variable that we have created is not attached to the items. It's not attached to the items. Okay. So how do we attach it? So I will click on this, and in the property, if you see there's a property, I have this assign variable icon over here. I click on this, and from the list I select current item. As soon as I click it, you see, since I have kept the variable as item 2, it has automatically converted it into item 2. Similarly, I will also click this and I will again choose the variable association and click on current item. Okay. So if you see, immediately the icon biryani got selected because now both of them are representing item 2. We are done. We need not to worry anything. You click on this um, frame and let's check our preview. You can see that how all these images are easily converting into a slider. If you see now, if I say item 0, nothing happens. If I say item 5, nothing happens because we have only 4 items over there. So we have to range the value between 1 to 4. If I say 1, see pizza has come. Okay. If I say 2, it is the biryani. If I say 3, it goes to dosa. If I say 4, it goes to blueberry cheesecake. And at the same time, the items get highlighted as well. Okay, so that's it. So that's all, folks. If you really found this video interesting, kindly like, share, and comment on the video. And if you're new to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you can get all our upcoming notifications. Keep learning, keep using these particular small tips and tricks that I'm giving every day on variables, components, conditional statements, and use it in your regular prototyping. Go from this level to higher up so that people will start respecting your prototyping qualities, and you will get much more better offers in the job front, that I can assure you. Okay, so goodbye and God bless.